Hey y'all, it's Hannah and welcome back to the Cowgirl Museum Story Time. Today we are reading an adorable book called Lexie the Word Wrangler. It's written by Rebecca Van Slyke and illustrated by Jessie Hartland. Lexie was the best wrangler west of the Mississippi, and everyone knew it. She wore a tall hat, fancy boots, and a bandana. Like all wranglers, Lexie could ride a horse, twirl a lariat, and herd cantankerous cattle where she wanted them to go. But Lexie wasn't an ordinary wrangler. Lexie was a word wrangler. Lexie could tie words together. She could take an ear of corn, a loaf of bread, and make some tasty cornbread. She could take a stick of butter and a pesky fly and make a beautiful butterfly. In the spring, Lexie watched over the baby letters on the ranch until they grew into bigger and bigger words. Every morning in the chuck wagon, Lexie mixed up a fresh batch of words. She could take an annoying pest and turn it into some fine pets. She could take a small spot and make it into a post. Lexie could herd words into sentences. For sale, barn kittens. If y'all have a pest problem, they will help you. They will also make great pets. She could hitch sentences together so they could do a job. In the evenings, she pinned words together to tell a story. Everyone agreed that Lexie was a champion word wrangler. Nearly everyone, that is. Lexie noticed that not all was well on the ranch. At first it was little things. When Lexie got dressed in the mornings, she noticed that the D was missing from her bandana. Wranglers don't wear bananas around their necks, she said. Then it was bigger things. After a rainstorm, she looked up in the sky and said, "Some varmint has stolen the rain from the rainbow." It was true. Instead of a rainbow, there was a bow in the sky. When Lexie rounded up the herd of calves from a neighboring rancher, someone released a whole passel of baby G's into the calf pens, and the little doggies became doggies. "I got me a bone to pick with some rascal," she said. That night, when Lexie unrolled her sleeping bag, the twinkling star in the sky turned into rats. "Ain't no fun sleeping out under the rats," she said. "Looks like we got us a word rustler." Lexie dusted off her bedroll. "I aim to find that word rustler and bring him to justice," she said, and she headed into the bunkhouse to sleep. The next morning, she rode off into the desert to look for the word rustler. But that rascal had added an S, turning the whole desert into a giant dessert. "Don't that just take the cake?" she said as she picked icing out of her horse's hooves. "It's high time to trap this scoundrel," Lexie said. She set a loop in her lariat and climbed a tree by the barn to wait for the word rustler to strike again. Lexie waited and waited. Finally, along about sundown, Lexie noticed a shadow slinking along the corral where the longhorn cattle were. He was just about to steal the long from the longhorns when... Lexie's rope snaked out. "Looks like I caught me a word rustler," Lexie said. "What were you planning to do, kid?" "Aw, shucks. I wasn't gonna hurt the critters," the kid said. "I was just aiming to have a little fun." And leave me with the corral full of horns, said Lexie. Darn tootin', said the kid. Lexie tried to hide a smile. What's your name, kid? My name's Russell, he said. Please don't tell my pa. Justice must be done, said Lexie. Oh, shucks, said Russell. All I've ever wanted to do was work with words like you. You do seem to have a talent for it, Lexie admitted. She looked at Russell. I hate to see a good talent go to waste. If you can promise you'll use your talents for good, maybe I can help. You've got my word, said Russell. Lexie uncoiled her rope from around the word rustler. She lassoed up a big W and a little E. Soon, Russell was no longer the word rustler. He became Russell, the word wrestler. Now Russell works side by side with Lexie on the ranch. He helps her break the wild words in the herd. He can take a dangerous rattlesnake and turn it into a baby rattle and a harmless snake. He helps Lexie train the baby letters to work together. Goes from in, win, wing to swing. And Russell even helps the young'uns learn to hitch words together so they can become word wranglers themselves someday. Thank you all for joining me today for our story time. If you like this, please give it a like and share on social media. If you're needing more online resources, please check our website as it's being updated, and I hope to see you all again soon.